So real quick, I wanted to tell a story about something that happened in the national park. I didn't mention it while I was there because it was kind of a lot. Um, on one of the first days in New River Gorge, I went to do a sunset hike at Beauty Mountain. My mom stayed back at the Airbnb. And I got there and I stopped my car, put it in park, and I was in the process of unbuckling myself, and I felt the car start to move. Now, I drive a Nissan Rogue, and in the past, sometimes when I've like stopped the car and put it in park, it like will like move forward like ever so slightly, like an inch or like half an inch or something. You could just feel it move. Well, the car moved when I parked it on the side of Beauty Mountain. And when it moved in the sense that the tire of the passenger side front went into the little creek or whatever was like basically the side of the road collapsed into the creek, which caused the driver's side back to basically do this. I have a picture. I'm going to post it in the comments of this. So I'm still buckled in, and I'm like, well, at least I didn't roll over. And there's no one out here. There's like two other cars, and I'm like, great. It's sunset. And I said, well, I'm going to call AAA. So I called AAA, and I'm on hold. Well, while I'm on hold, I get a beer out of the car, and I just go and stand on the mountain and start looking at the sunset because I'm there for the sunset. And so I'm drinking my Coors Light because I learned, one of my friends in the pandemic taught me about bringing Coors Light. So I'm on the phone. I'm like, I don't know how this is, because when you see the picture, it's kind of crazy. I don't know how this is I'm gonna be here all night. I had already determined that, and I'm like, well, I'm okay with that. I have a whole thing of bourbon, at least in the back seat, and I just bought a fluffy blanket at Costco. Well, wouldn't you know, I'm sitting there just staring off into the valley, and I hear a voice behind me, and it's this man named Mike, and he's like, hey, is that your car back there? I said, yeah, it's my car. And he says, well, I'm Mike, and I have a big truck with a winch. Do you need some help? I said, Mike, that is exactly what I need right now. A big truck and a winch to pull this situation out. Because I had already resigned myself, and I started talking to him. Well, Michael's from Ohio, and we started talking about Ohio State and football and all these things, and his lady friend, I'm assuming his girlfriend was there too, and he attached that winch to the bottom of my vehicle, and his lady friend got in his vehicle, and I got in my vehicle part of the way to steer it, and we pulled it out of there. This all occurred within 10 minutes. I mean, talk about the kindness of strangers and just serendipity on the side of Beauty Mountain in a national park. And it didn't end there. So we finished all that. We thanked Mike and everything. And I watched this beautiful sunset. And then I get home, and that's when I finally tell Mom, because there was no reason to even call her, because there was nothing she could do. And I've decided if there's nothing someone can do, just don't bother them unless you have to. So I got there, I told her what happened, and I pull up my New York Times because I'm reading the news for the day, and there is a news story on Nissan doing a recall on vehicles because they are moving forward slowly after parking. I'll post that also in the comments. It was extraordinary, and my car literally, the only damage is a clip is broken. So that was my most dramatic story in a national park. Wait till you see the picture.